Today we are going to make more Italian recipes. We're going to make focaccia bread. So it's a straight dough. It's just like you mix your flour, yeast, water, salt and olive oil. That's all. There's no need for dough shaping. It's baked in a pan. It's a wetter dough, so it doesn't require kneading. Just folding, and I'll show you the technique for the folding. Let's go to the kitchen. I'm so excited. Good morning. So today we're going to start with sifting our flour. We need 4.5 cups of sifted flour. We're going to separate our dry ingredients with our wet ingredients. In the flour, I'm going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of yeast and a teaspoon of salt. Here's my yeast in the flour and then my salt. Once I have these 3 ingredients, I can stir with my hands. Now you can do this by hand. You make a little well in the middle and then you add your olive oil and your water. I'm spoiled, so I'm going to do it in my mixer bowl. You'll use a bread hook. I love tea with mint. You know, I've got to tell you with recipes, what I do, sort of like, you know, when you hire a contractor and you need to look at 3 beds. So that's what I do with my recipes. I sometimes improvise. Sometimes I would look at 3 recipes and take what I think is best part of from each recipe. And then I put it together. I just like to give it that original touch. But of course I learn from others too. Hopefully we all learn from each other. So in the bowl goes nearly 2 cups of warm water. Not too hot, it has to be like nearly over room temperature water. And then 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Mix this up. Remember, it's a wet dough, so it's going to be very wet after we mix for about 10 minutes. I'm preparing my garlic to saute in olive oil. This is for my topping. What you want to do is take your dough from the back, pull it to the front. You repeat that over and over again, going around in a circle. You want to do it so that you are not going to remove the air bubbles from the dough. You put your dough back in the oiled bowl. Cover your bowl with plastic wrap and a kitchen towel. Now I've done this 4 times. This should like double in size. If you want to do this quicker, you can put it in the oven with the lights on. It'll proof it quicker. Okay, so now we're ready to put our focaccia in our pan. 13-inch by 9-inch pan should work fine. If you don't have that pan, you can use a baking pan. It won't come out as thick, but you use what you have. So I've oiled my pan. I'm gonna lift up my dough and place it on my pan and slowly try to form the shape of my pan. Now sometimes it can be a little challenging because the dough wants to come back. So what I do, I cover it for a few minutes and I come back and then it likes me better. So we'll come back in about 10 minutes and do that again. So I had this long talk with my focaccia dough and I said, please focaccia, please make it easier to spread. Communication is key. So it's okay sometimes to talk to your dough. See when your dough moves like that? That's okay because it's a wet dough. I try to push from the middle to the side. Put our garlic on our focaccia that we had sauteed a little bit. I'm going to put some thyme. You can put rosemary, anything you'd like. This time I'm going to put black olives. Our oven is at 400 degrees and I'm going to bake it for about 20 minutes. I'm going to put some Creole spice. See how it's nice and baked underneath. That's how you want it. The dough has doubled its size. We're going to do the same technique as before. Fold it this way. This way. Sort of reminds me when you separate your egg whites with your yolks and you blend it in gently so it will be light and airy. You want to maintain the air bubbles in the bread, and that's the reason we don't knead the bread. We'll put back our dough in the oiled bowl and let it rest for another 10 minutes. Put olive oil in our pan. Don't fight the dough. If it's not easily spreading for you, you spread as much as you can and then you'll cover it, wait 10 minutes and you'll see it'll be easier to spread. Saran wrap the pan. Also cover with a towel. Using your fingers, make some dimples on the dough so that the olive oil can sink in.
Ba 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 ba.
This is a second focaccia I made, and here I topped it with green olive, sun-dried tomato. I put salt, a little bit of olive oil on top, and added some thyme. So this is the thickness you want to get out of your focaccia, and you can put whatever topping. It's like a pizza, whatever topping you would like on top. I use thyme, green olives, and sun-dried tomatoes. Rosemary goes well too. And that's how it's supposed to look with the air bubbles.